Well, as parents, we all want to give our kids the world. And for many families who are fortunate enough, that includes giving them a step up on the property ladder.
According to an LJ Hooker survey, 4 in 5 Aussie parents say they're willing to help their children buy a home. So if you're in the position to do so, what's the better option, a gift or a loan from the bank of mum and dad? To break it all down, we've got our personal finance content creator, Ravi Sharma. Great to have you with us again, Ravi. So 4 out of 5 Aussie parents seem willing to give their kids a helping hand to buy a property. Are you surprised by that stat?
I think that number's trended up quite rapidly over the last 10, 15 years. It is surprising when you put it on paper, 80%, but maybe there's 80% wanting to help, but can all 80% actually help is probably the better question.
Good point. Okay, the first one is a gift. Pros and cons of gifting money.
Well, look, if you go down the path of gifting, it's a pretty seamless process. You've just got to make sure that it's actually written down that this is an actual gift. And the biggest pro with going down the gift side of things is a larger deposit, which a lot of lenders actually prefer, and they get favourable terms for whoever's taking out the loan as well. So really simple to do, and it's a one-off transaction. It doesn't mean that the property that the mum and dad have is at risk either, which is a really big benefit.
Yeah.
What about giving the money as a loan? I mean, should you have an agreement? Should it be legal?
Yeah, definitely have an agreement, and it needs to be bulletproof. And the reason for that is because it can be a major strain on family relationships as well. When money gets involved with family, it's a slippery slope, and that's why we need to be proper with all the documentation as well.
So you should go, when you say proper, should you go to a lawyer and get it written up?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say get all the professionals in place. You don't want to, cut corners with something like that. And one of the biggest benefits with something like, going down and getting into the market a lot earlier means that you can spend more time in the market, which is exactly what we want for our money to grow.
Yeah, so what are the drawbacks of a loan?
Well, you've got to think about if you make a mistake or you default on your repayments, now your parents' property is at risk. And that's something that holds a lot of parents back from going down the loan avenue. But that's probably the biggest drawback in this scenario.
So the bank could come after your parents' property if you
default.
Pay the repayments. Okay, a lot of people are watching this and saying, I either don't believe in helping my kids, they should do it on their own, or I don't have the money to do that. What do you suggest for them?
I think with parents, we grow up with limiting beliefs sometimes that, debt is bad, and there's certain things you've just been taught throughout school. And I think the biggest gift that parents can actually give kids is allow them to go out there and, test out those investing muscles, whether it's, little apps that can round up, or whether it's just education that they can go out there and achieve anything, but they've got to go out there and get educated before they do it. That's probably the biggest gift they can give kids.
Yeah, knowledge is key. Thanks, Ravi. Appreciate it.